Hey, um, good morning, everybody. I wanted to come on here, and I don't usually do videos, but um, I felt this was an appropriate time and day to do this video. Today is the angelversary of my son, as you can see, Aaron Maurice Wellens. It's been 11 years. It doesn't feel like it. It still feels like yesterday. I can remember every detail um, about his passing. And just in case you don't know me and the story behind Aaron's passing, um, Aaron was an amazing, amazing person. He was an inspirational hip hop artist and had a lot of potential. However, we found out that he was born with a birth defect in his brain, a tumor in the base of his brain called a brainstem cavanova. This causes him to have seizures and have a lot of pain in his head. Um, as he was working, he was able to sustain the medication that would help him not have those pains in his head because he had medical coverage. When he lost his job, he unfortunately lost the medical care. They didn't have Obamacare and all that stuff back then, so he wasn't able to get the medicine he needed to help with the pain. So he was self-medicating after that, street drugs, opioids and things like that, and became addicted to them, unfortunately. Um, so he did for a while, go to a rehab and get off those drugs, but then the pain just got too much for him, and he continued to indulge in that. And not to get into all the details, but one day he took too much, and he didn't wake up from that. That was a devastating, devastating day. So, for all of us. So basically, I came on here to talk about grief. Um, Being that this is the day, I grieve all the time, but this is the day that the grief started with him 11 years ago. And I want to tell people who are grieving that it does not stop. So do not think you're crazy because you're grieving and you're still grieving. It's 20 years later, whether it's mother, father, sister, brother, child, grandparent, spouse, whoever. Do not think because it's been so long that you should be over your grief. That is not true. That is absolutely not true. This crushes me every day. I miss my son every single day. There's going to be things that happen that remind you of those people. And sometimes it'll make you laugh and smile, and sometimes it'll make you cry. One of the things that I didn't like about when my son passed is that people say things to you that are absolutely ridiculous. Now, mind you that they think they're saying things that help you, but it's not. Things like they're in a better place, God needed another angel, they're out of their pain, and they may be. But those are not the things you want to hear at the time that you are grieving. You want them with you. You don't want them in this so-called better place. You want them with you. And even though those things may be true, but that's not how you feel at the time. There is a couple quotes that I wanted to read to you guys. Um, one says, little by little, we let go of loss, but never of love. So it gradually eases, but we don't, the loss gradually eases, but we never let go of the love. And so grief, it never ends, but it changes. It's a passage, not a place to stay. Grief is not a sign of weakness, nor lack of faith. It is the price of love. So if you love somebody, the amount that you grieve just shows you how much you loved that person and how lovable they were. My son was so loving and loved everybody, made everybody feel like they were loved. And there's so many lives that he touched. So in remembering him and keeping his memory alive, we're starting a nonprofit called Amen Rocks. And because it was drug addiction and drug overdose that he passed from, it's going to be to help people dealing with drug addiction. But also, under the umbrella of that, is going to help people that's dealing with grief. And so I will be, within this year, opening a grief cafe, which will be a place of peace that people can come that are grieving, to be around other people that are grieving, that understand what they're going through, that they can sit there and just be in peace. They can cry, they can laugh, they can do whatever. And there will be counseling services. There will be support groups. And then you could just chill and get a cup of coffee, drink some tea, some cookies or crackers, and just be at a place of peace and know that whatever you feel like doing, the people that are there will understand. But know this, that there is nothing wrong with you grieving. People grieve differently. Do not let nobody tell you how you're supposed to grieve and how long you're supposed to grieve. Grief is a lifetime journey as far as I'm concerned. So I just wanted to come on here and tell you all that. God bless you. And I love you. Thank you.